Prologue of The Ruin of Ken. You are listening at FameTV.info. At the edge forest of Greed, facing the wounded young girl and several other children at the edge of the cliff, the conquistadors aimed their rifles as they drew closer. To have mercy was to take away a life in a single strike. Their rifles glistened high up in the air, when struck by light, and all the conquistadors gave off a wicked smile as if they were enjoying this moment and was giving the children a small leisure time to pray for their lords. A man wearing slightly different outfit from the rest of the group spoke. "Why do you protect this filths? Let them die, girl, and I'll let you live," the conquistador asked. "You already know my answer," the girl bravely replied. The man stared at the girl's eyes and he saw determination. The man knew he couldn't convince the girl and gave off a sigh. "Tsk, tsk, tsk," the man gave off a disappointed look. "Too bad. Your death will shall known throughout the world, and it will be the fall of this little filthy monsters. Thank you for being a martyr of the Tau race, and your death will be the cause of all monster races' extinction. Deeply in my heart I thank you for dying for us," the man grinned maliciously. After hearing his words, the girl easily understood what he meant. The girl spitted on the man's face. "You're the filthy monsters who deserves a horrible and gruesome, not this helpless innocent children." The man took a red cloth out of his left pocket and wiped the spit off. "Innocent. Just by being born and not a Tau is already a sin itself, and how brave of you. And you blame anything that's not Tau as a result," the young wounded girl replied. "You're pathetic and stupid. Your little crusade will cause death and despair not just in Cantos but also countless Tau lives." After hearing her words, the man slapped the girl so hard and her left cheek bleed. "As long as the Encantos disappear from the face of Mundo, I'll be happy to burn in hell for all eternity, even if the lords forsake me for all time. Look at the little girl with a tail on your left, that little wolf boy at your back cowering in fear, and the dragon child that's clinging in your right hand so tightly. They're not even Taus," he angrily shouted. The man paused for a moment to take a deep breath to calm and composed himself and said, "Knowing full well you'll die anyway, and you still have the guts to spit on the captain of the conquistadors, ha ha ha, nothing less than expected from you," he laughed maniacally. "Nonetheless, war shall be upon us." The girl looked around her surroundings and what she saw was the nearby village, burning, 9 surviving children at her side, the calm ocean, and the captain and 4 of his troops. A lot of the children were crying, and the young girl shut her eyes as they back away and move closer to the edge of the cliff. Her expression showed a brave face, though anyone who had seen it would easily understood that it's only a facade for the children. Deep inside the girl harbors hopelessness, and that she was simply accepting it since there was nothing she could do. The young girl dared not to show any signs of despair in front of the children. The young wounded girl embraced the nearby children awaiting their fate. The young girl prayed and wished if he ever had power of some sort, she would have used it on the man before her eyes and saved the children. The girl wished dearly if there was a way to escape this fate, the girl, even if she had to sell her body and soul in order to survive to gain power, but she had no such power. Thus there existed only one conclusion: the would surely perish here, either shot to death or falling down the cliff. Goodbye. Bang! A loud noise came from one of the riffles. The girl felt dizzy and started rapidly losing consciousness as she falls down the floor. As to while she fell towards the floor and heard the children's cries. Her last few moments of her consciousness before she hit the floor, she saw from behind the conquistadors that a floating cracked in air, giving off an ominous aura. The crack ripped the opened and pure darkness as thin as paper, yet of an unfathomable depth. A scene that evoked mystique with indescribable apprehension. The girl knew it was a door and that someone or something answered her prayers. A lord answered my prayers, and for a moment she saw something fell from the darkness, hit the ground and slowly stood up, looked at her and smiled. Barely seeing the unknown entity's face for the girl's losing consciousness, then after her heart beat once more before falling out of consciousness, she smiled, accepting the fate of what's to come. The conquistadors saw her facial expression and was confused as to why she would smile, knowing the situation as she fell. She knew that a savior has come and it will save her and the children. That her soul and body doesn't belong to her no more. It belonged to who or whatever answered her prayers. But, then suddenly, the creature spoke something unexpected. "What's up, girl?" The girl thought to herself, "What's up? Aren't you here too because you answered my prayers and knows about the situation in here? Then she realized who came and screamed withing to herself. Oh damn. We're so dead. Finally hitting the ground and her vision was enveloped by darkness. Hope you guys like it. Though it's a little too dark, please bear with me. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.